Alright, so Discordia. Discordia's 3 is ridiculous. People don't understand what it does when you stand on her invisible or stealth. You get cooldown to your 1 or your 2. And so if you play that correctly, you can get her 1 or 2 off almost every 4 seconds. And that's without cooldown. With cooldown, it's even less. Her ultimate's a cripple, which is very valuable this season. It can spread. That random apple spread can completely change the game for you. She's great mid lane presence, multiple man root, the fear into the madness. She's great right now. Her plays dropped off a lot because there are better mages than her and much stronger mages. So right now I'd have to put her in A+. I think she's better than average, but I don't think she's first pick quality at all. Erlang doesn't get played much just because there's a lot better warriors. Like I said, there's so many top picks right now. And if you're looking at the solo lane, I mean, already we have Achilles, Artio, Cerberus, Kukulon, Kama, like Bologna, even Athena. So Erlang is not bad, but overall I think there are just so many better picks. He has good damage, he has good defensive. I'd put him at A. I think he's pretty balanced. I don't really think there's any changes that need to happen. I just think the meta isn't strongly in his favor. Fafnir is still one of the best supports. He's just great. I mean, he offers so much to the team, and played at a high level. He's insane. So I'm going to put him in S-. I think he's up there with Athena as top supports. Fenrir's alright. Damage, okay. Jungle presence, okay. Clear, okay. When you see higher level players like adapting and such come out and they have these monster games, I think it over reflects the quality of the god. Personally, I can't put him above really an Arachne or a Bastet. I think a Willix is still better. I think Alkong is still better. So I'm going to put him in A-. Freya still has a lot of damage. She's still insanely 1v1. The fact that she can just tap Y and not take damage is really strong. So besides that, her late game damage is okay. I really don't see anything else happening that way. But currently I would have to put her into B. Ganesh. Sorry about that, guys. Ganesh. He's great. His silence is amazing. He's really easy to play, which is, I think, what makes him one of the best supports in the game, is anyone can pick him up. Even if you don't play support in your ranked games, you're getting stuck with a pick. And I mean, I'll say the same thing about Geb. These are both two pretty easy gods that you can make a very strong impact on. I think Ganesh is not as valuable as a Fafnir or Athena, simply because he doesn't have that high skill cap like other gods do. I'm going to place Ganesh in A+, because I think he is one of the best supports, but I think there are better supports. Geb I have to place in S- simply because his shield is amazing. He has a 5-man engage. That blink ult can completely turn a game. He's very undervalued in solo lane. I think solo lane, especially with the way the meta is favored right now, because it doesn't really matter right now if you win lane. It's more so about what you can do late game, and these Phoenix Sieges, the defending Phoenixes, these Fire Giant dances. Really those three. In the early game, Gold Furies, but those can be, you can come back from those. But the Fire Giant dances, the defenses, and the sieges are the most important thing in Smite right now. And I think Geb's value in those is unmatched. Because he saves you from the big CC. He saves you from about 750 damage. He can engage on the entire team. If they engage, his counter engage is amazing. Say if a Sylvanas blink ults, he just waits about half a second and then he ults and he's got everyone locked up. So, and he's just easy. I mean, it's not that hard to throw a shield on someone, and at high levels, when you can blink, throw shields across walls, you can't match that. Guan Yu is ridiculously undervalued right now. I think he's not getting played because people feel his damage is subsiding, which it definitely is. He needs a lot of damage increases. I think personally, that a damage increase isn't the best way to bring him back into the meta. I've discussed with other people around the scene that possibly adding a 20% CC reduction or higher to his heal, which is his X or his first ability, will make it greatly beneficial. So possibly he has a passive where his abilities get boosted, so possibly instead of the, well, not instead of, have the heal, have the boosted healing. When it's base, it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25% CC reduction. When it's boosted, it's 40%. That's something that's not OP. It's not insane. It doesn't cleanse. That's the main thing, is it does not cleanse. But it gives him a little something where he can peel for his teammates. He can help himself when he's getting engaged on. Helps with slows. And it helps if he's going to like horse in. He can pop that and say it lasts 4 seconds or 6 seconds. He pops that, horses in, and that entire time, second he lands, which is usually when people try to blow you up, he's going to have that instant of CC reduction. But that's all speculation. We know high res. They'll just probably add another skin and say he's better. Right now, I have to put him in B. I can't really put him above any of those picks. I think he's so undervalued, but just can't do it. Hades sucks. His ultimate pins him in. His healing is easily counterable. His clear, you either have to walk right up to the wave or use your escape into the wave. Anyone that knows what they're doing and playing Smite can just destroy Hades. He's down there with C. Ebo does everything. I have to put him in S because he plays mid lane amazingly, he plays carry lane amazingly, he can play support great. Even with the small nerf to his 2, he's still very mobile. It cleanses slows, a 5-man cleanse. Like, I don't really know what beats that besides Hell, who's our next god, unfortunately. His damage is crazy, his solo potential is crazy. Late game, swinging the game is crazy. So I can't put him anywhere else. Hell, she got a cool skin, so I guess I should just probably put her here. It's like, Hell is okay. Her damage is really good. She's one of those gods that you can really kind of play from behind from or ahead from. She manages herself no matter where in the game she's at. Healing is very counterable. She's so easy to kill. I think a perfect example is when they ran her in the SPL, and I believe it was, I don't think it was Mouse Sports. I personally don't remember the team that ran it, but they ran it and got stomped because they just can't tell, and that's what you need to do to kill her. And so if you know what you're doing, Hell's just too easy to kill. I have to put her at B because I've even seen it lower level scrimmages, lower level ranked games that people just do exactly that and they just camp her. Hercules is really strong. Anti-healing kind of hurts him, but he's still got a great crit. He's still easily kit. He's still very easy to play, still very easy to make an impact on the game. He works great as a super tank. I have to put him in A+. I think he's one of the better solo laners right now. Hui's strong. Hui's always going to be okay. He's got a good leap, even though it's probably the most buggy ability in the game, minus Morgan transformation. He's got a good zoning ultimate. It honestly does a good bit of damage. People don't understand that. His ricochets are insane, especially with the way the jungle is balanced this year. And I think the Season 5 map has been out long enough to where those bounces are relevant. I think a lot of people had time to learn them. But now that they have, I'm seeing a lot more Hui. I think Hui is one of the best hunters. I have to put him up at A+ with these 3. I really can't see anyone picking an Apollo before him. Humbats is good. He's a beast burner. He's great in team fights. He brings everything you want out of a jungler. He's got great mobility. His damage isn't all there. His damage isn't amazing. But I think there aren't many junglers better than him right now. I have to say he's A. I said there aren't many junglers better, but then again, I don't really see him needing a buff or a nerf. I think he's perfect where he's at. Isis, I'd also have to agree. Isis is one kind of like a Willix, where she's very, very, very situational. Everything she does based on her team comp. She has great objective, like her ultimate is amazing for Fire Giant, Gold Fury, big team fights, Phoenix Sieges. You can't beat that. Her early game presence is great. It's great if you're trying to get that lead up. But in counter perspective to that. Early leads aren't as important as they were last year. You can't really just win a game off snowball. Excuse me, I'm having trouble. Can't win the games off snowball. And so that kind of hurt her this year. I feel like she's not getting as much play, even though she wasn't getting that much play before. I think she's perfect where she's at. I think she's just one of those very situational gods. Izanami's good. I don't really understand why she doesn't get as much play as she does. She's an insane attack speed spin. She's one of the few hyper carries in the game right now. She has an escape. The one thing I think that's really hurting her is a lack of a CC immune ultimate. So I would love to put her in A+ with these other guys simply because she is that hyper carry. But I can't put her somewhere without a CC immune ultimate or an escape close to Hui's. I think her and Hui are very similar, but Hui's more viable. So I'd have to put her in A. I don't really think she needs any changes. I think her late game presence is still insane. Giannis is best god in the game. I'm not going to even argue that. He can go anywhere across the map. He can bring his teammates across the map. His mobilities, no one matches his mobility even closely. Even Jingwei doesn't match his mobility, though. He can, every 4 seconds, he can go through a wall twice the length of any leap. His damage is insane. His late game damage is insane. He can change the entire game with one ultimate. His early game is great. His wave clear is great. You can build him cooldown. You can build him anti-heal. You can build him pen. You can build him percentage. There's just so much you can do with Giannis. Jingwei, the Barracuda special. Her safety is unmatched. She's the safest hunter in the game. I think I'm going to put her up there with A+ simply because even though she is a hyper carry, which is very valuable this season, her safety is unmatched. Like her ability to get out of anything, which is why players like Barracuda specifically play her, or exclusively play her. You can't match that escape ability in the hunter role. Kali's been struggling. She's a late game hyper carry, but just not that hyper anymore. She doesn't really carry as much as before. I have to put her in B. I think she's definitely here with this class. Fenrir is definitely better. Her Arachne and Bastet are definitely better. It is what it is. Khepri. Khepri's balanced. I don't think anything needs to happen to Khepri. Cuckoo. That's a good one. I think Cuckoo is okay right now. The problem is how punishable he is, but then again, what mages aren't. Okay, there are a lot of mages that aren't. His damage is great. His ultimate is great. He's got super easy damage. If this were a casual tier list, I would put him in A. But I don't think I think how easy he is to kill and shut down is too much to put him in A right now, so I have to put him in A-. I think he's still very viable and still provides great damage. Kumakarna, I think, is in a great spot. Doesn't really need changes. Same thing with Kuzumbo. Great spot, no changes. Loki, unfortunately, I would have to say, is probably in a great spot. I can put him in A- simply because he's Loki. He doesn't really bring anything to a team fight. Late game, he's basically an alt bot. But then again, Loki has great clear. He's really hard to deal with in lane as he just proxies your wave and goes and farms somewhere else. It's kind of like Giannis, where those gods can just insta-clear your wave and then they can just be gone into another camp. And then the fact that they can get to those camps before you can even clear wave and be back, you can't match that clear. The only difference is Giannis can do that and still be an insane game-changing team fighter. Medusa's okay. Stopper dash, pretty hard to deal with. Her anti-heal is very valuable. I think people really undervalue her. But then again, to counter that, the anti-heal, you have to dash onto someone, which puts yourself in a very exposed spot. But I think the early game, the way it counters meditation early game, meditation's pretty good. I mean, a lot of people go the upgraded sprint, upgraded horrific. Really depends, but I think she's fine. I don't think she needs any changes. I definitely say she's better in Kern. She has a CC immune ult. She's the multi-stun ult. Mercury's pretty good right now. I say he's better in average, but could use a little tweak back. Not that all these gods need nerfs, but I think he's better than average. Niza, The Malice change made Niza twice as good. I personally have taken over 3,000 damage from a Niza because of the Malice. After you crit, you get, I believe it's 35% ability damage on for like next 3 seconds on that target. Her ultimate, it's a guaranteed critical strike. So that you get the first hit with the critical strike, you're still critical striking the rest, but you're critical striking with that 35% buff. So she does insane damage on the ultimate now. But then again, she's still very basic. She's still kind of hard to play against, easy to counter. Hard to play against, easy to counter. I know those two completely counter each other, but she burns beads. That's a very important thing. She's going to burn beads. I think she's better than average. I put her there with Mercury. I think a lot of Assassins are really strong right now. Neith's in a great spot. I don't really see any changes to Neith. Oh. Let me know. Feels alright. Let things go. Nemesis. Nemesis got the nerfs, but Nemesis is still a top jungler. I had to put her in A+. I think she's still up there with these guys. It's just hard to deal with the Nemesis, personally. She does so much. Nike's in a great spot. But I don't think the meta favors her much. I have to put her in A- simply because she's not getting the play because of how strong warriors are, and her damage is kind of non-existent. Nox is really hurting. They tried to run her support a few games. It didn't work. Mid lane damage isn't there. Just overall, she's not there right now. Nuwa is overhyped, if there's a word for it. Very overhyped. She's average. She does average damage. She brings a lot to the team, but all in all, there's just so many better mages. I think she's fine where she's at. Odin's always going to be fine because his ultimate's so good. Unless they change his base stats or they change the damage on one of his abilities, I don't really think Odin's going to ever be out of A. Zyrus. Zyrus is okay. He's nothing strong right now, but not bad. But then again, same deal with Nike. I think the Warriors aren't as strong right now, so I have to put him in A-. Poseidon's okay. I think he's perfectly balanced right now. I don't think anything needs to change up Poseidon. That cripple is very valuable. Like, he's a very basic mage. He's a very easy mage, but the cripple is so valuable. The Kraken still is a game changer. He has the movement speed to keep himself alive. And I think to counter, or to go along with what Aggro was stating on the broadcast yesterday, that Shaman's Ring is a very under-purchased item. Once you get that stack, which is virtually guaranteed, it doesn't take but 5 minutes in-game to stack it. And once you get that stacked, after you hit your first ability, you get bonus damage. So you combine that with the Spear of Magus, you're hitting 10% of bonus damage on that target, in addition to the protections you're reducing. So his ability just to blow someone up, and not even blow him up, but just make that target so much more vulnerable to the team, is unmatched. I mean, not unmatched. I mean, anyone can buy those items, but the way his combination works and the way people play him is why it's strong. Ra. I think Ra's one of the best mages right now. He's super easy to lock down, which is his big weakness. But his protections that his heal provides, I think, are much more valuable than the heal right now. Protections are good. His heal is great in these sieges, like these sieges and these fire giant dances. A lot of these fire giant dances, not really, because a lot of them are all in engages nowadays. But these defenses and these sieges, like not having to back of that Phoenix when that wave comes in, can change that Phoenix defense. Because if one person backs, that's a 4v5 they're engaging. And same thing on defensive. Like, if you're pushing, and your soul laner takes too much poke, they're going to have to back and TP in if they have TP. With a Ra, you don't have to do that. His snipe, obviously, his 2, the slow in his 2 and the damage from his 2 are very undervalued. I had to put him in A+. I think he's one of the best mages in the game. But just he's so easy to shut down, I can't put him too high. Rajin fell off. Still good, but he fell off. Definitely needs a buff. Something needs to happen to Rajin. I say A-. He's still very strong. He can still play into a team comp, but he's only strong with that team comp. Rama, I think, is one of the best hunters right now. I put him up A+. CC Munalt, even though it pins him. Long range snipes. An unpredictable dash because you can dash anyway. Cripple, late game carry. What else do you want? Rat. I want to put Rat S-. See, Rat's global pressure is crazy. That's what's really making him good this year. but you can deal with Rat. A+. Global Pressure, unmatched. Ravana, I think he's perfectly balanced. He's really strong in jungle. He's in this. I mean, they need to literally change him to an assassin in game. I don't know why he's still a warrior, but I don't think he's overpowered. I don't think he's underpowered. I think he's right where he needs to be. Same situation with Scylla. She's right where she needs to be. Serket, still at a high level, is one of the best junglers in the game. She still have to go up there with these guys. Scotty's too immobile. She's just too immobile right now. That's just it. She has good damage, but she just doesn't move enough. Sobek is really good. Sobeks get played a lot. There is a running joke in Europe that almost all solo laners are Croc mains. He provides so much to the team. I support solo. I don't really see many people being better on him in either role. He's definitely going to get a nerf soon. Soul is still insane. They nerfed her, but if you build her properly, the nerf really doesn't affect you. She still hits incredibly hard in her basics. If you build, their split push is unmatched. Not split push, but just Phoenix damage is unmatched. The Phoenix sieges are so much easier. Her ultimate is great. Her 3 is amazing. She can completely, it's like a free Aegis for a couple seconds if you time it properly and when you engage. She's still just amazing. So Wukong, I love Sun Wu, but the meta doesn't favor him right now. I think he's perfect where he's at, but I'm going to put him in the same boat. I have to put him in the same boat as Nike and Osiris, because they're not bad gods, it's just the way the meta's running right now, they're not favored. Susano is really strong. If played properly, I think he's very hard to deal with. I have to put him in A+ with Rat. Sylvanas, A+, great Guardian, great player. Terra with this buff is S. Her damage is insane. Her peel is insane. Something's going to happen to her. I don't know what needs to happen personally because I don't play Terra. I'm playing against her. It just seems like her damage is a little bit too much. But then again, we'll see. Smite's going to have to do something, and I'm excited to see the feedback. I think she was fine before. I really don't think she needed an ultimate change. I think people stopped playing her simply because they just wanted to stop playing her. I don't think anything was wrong with her. But we'll see. Thanatos, okay. I think he's balanced. Don't really need anything. Morrigan. Morrigan is still good. Morrigan is still a good mid laner, and these pros still love to play Morrigan. Morrigan has been bugged for quite some time, very long time on PC. Funnily enough, not console, but PC. And so, simply based on that, I'm going to put her in A- because she's not getting played because of the bug. But I think she's still a great mid laner, and I think she still brings so much to the game. She can be anyone in the game, which is unmatched, transforming-wise. Thor damage is really strong. He's up there A+. Not global ultimate, but pretty damn long ultimate. Can change the game with that. Thoth, S-, top tier mage. Don't really see many mages better than her. I think with the change to the 2, excuse me, it helps a little bit. But then again, at high level play, a lot of people don't hold the 2, so we'll see. Tier, same deal as these other warriors, man. I think Tier is actually fine where he's at. I think he's still tanky enough in his and the Fearless and the ultimate. I think, especially with the change of the Fearless, that you can target now the entire duration. I think that helped him a little bit. If they wouldn't have changed the Fearless, I'd leave him here in A-. But they did, so I think he's pretty balanced. Ullr, the common thing to say is Ullr OP, Ullr OP, Ullr OP. Ullr's strong, he's not OP. He does a lot of damage, ability damage, but he doesn't have an ultimate. That's the big thing. This means he doesn't have a CC immune ultimate. And then it takes even though it's a very minute second, it does take a second to switch to that axe form. So if you're not in the axe, if you're in the bow form clearing a wave and you get ganked, there's a probability you're going to be dead. Vamana, same deal with these warriors, man. Like, he's okay, but it just doesn't provide what he needs. They tried him in jungle a little bit. His damage is okay, but But just the way the meta's working, these warriors are struggling. Vulcan, I think Vulcan's in a good spot. I don't really think he needs a buff. He's not getting played as much, but I don't really think there's anything wrong with him. Shibalanki, I think, is very undervalued. I'd have to put him at A+. Probably not A+. I think he's balanced. Basically, his 3, if you use it properly, you can get out of a lot. His ultimate makes everyone screen black, which is, I use this word a lot, unmatched. You can't make anyone else a screen black like that unless you're Morrigan. So all in all, he's great damage. He's your late game carry. Does what he needs to do. Jing. Strangely enough, in a Guardian solo meta, you'd think Xing would be getting a lot more play and be a lot more viable. And he has been getting played. Not that he hasn't been getting played. It's just he's not being played as much as people expected. I think he's still okay. I think he lacks. I think what people see him as is a cheap man's Cerberus. So with the way how strong Cerberus is, I don't really see anyone can pick a Xingtian over Cerberus. I could see if you're looking for that kind of impact on the game, you could do that. Like say if they ban the Cerberus and you still want that kind of ultimate, you can go with the Xing, but I really don't see people picking him up that much. I don't think anything's wrong with him. I think it's just people aren't playing him. Ymir, I think he's fine where he's at. Honestly, I'd put him at A+ because his walls are so good this year. If Kalas, I think, kind of showed off on him because if you place those walls properly in those jungles, how small those entrances are now, and how small the pathways are between the rocks, especially in solo lane, those fire giant dances and those chases and the defends, you can completely wall off an entrance or an exit. So that is really impactful. His lack of mobility is still rough. His ultimate is still really easy to kill him in. And he's good in lane, so I have to put him in A+. Zeus, great damage, but he's fucking Zeus, man. Like, he just dies too easy. Way too easy. I can't even put him in A. I couldn't pick a Zeus up next to a Noir beside anything like that. Zhong's okay. Needs a buff, needs something to happen. I think he's just okay. So all in all, that's what we're looking at. Got Giannis S tier. So appreciate you guys taking the time to watch. Any comments, concerns, opinions, love to hear them. Besides that, thanks very much. Have a good one, guys.